Hi, I have a D&D story for y'all. So this happened on a one-shot I DM'd for my mom, my dad, and my sister last New Year's Eve. It was supposed to be only on New Year's Eve, but it carried off into the first few days of 2021. Time restrictions and such. But still, we finished the one-shot nonetheless. Except this story is how they finished it. So, the final boss of this one-shot was to be a lich archmage who created this sort of stronghold and was feeding souls off of the nearest town. However, people weren't exactly being lured to the lair, so the lich is just like, I'm gonna take all your souls, and we're just gonna use that as like, I can do a soul a day, because there's like 50 people in that town. There we go. Lich economics. So, they get to the boss room, and I should probably outline the party. My mom is playing a wizard and a fighter. My dad is playing a paladin and a rogue. And a bunch of people are going like, that's a bad combination. Yeah, it gets even worse. They're twins. Oh no. Whereas my sister is playing a cleric and a druid. We only have 3 people, and we decided a team of 6 would be balanced, so they're each playing 2 characters. Myself included, I was controlling another paladin that they befriended on the way there, and a goblin child that was working for the lich that they befriended and got to help them kill his boss. That's a story for another time. Anyway, they get to the boss room, and he monologues, and then they all start combat. And going through, they're throwing spells at each other. When Lich decides, 1, they need a real demonstration of his power, and 2, the rogue is getting really annoying. As he's staying back there and he's just firing. And since the paladin and the fighter are up in his face, is constantly getting sneak attack. So the lich is like, fine, F you, and disintegrates the rogue. Casts Disintegrate. The rogue horribly fails the dexterity saving throw, and minimum damage would reduce him to 0 hit points. Since Disintegrate does, I think it's 10d6 plus 40 force damage. Yeah, the rogue had 47 hit points at level 10. That's So the rogue gets disintegrated, and we pick up the next night, where we got to talking, and my dad decided, you know what? I want to help out as a ghost. And rule of cool dictates, sure, he can help out as a ghost. So I hand him the monster manual, and he writes down some stuff of the ghost stat block, and he hands it back to me. And I just set it aside. I should have kept it open. What he does is he makes the lich use up all 3 of his legendary resistances because my dad is trying to possess the lich. And I realized after the fact that I should have kept the monster manual open, because the possession only works on humanoids, not undead. However, I was not looking, and so I thought, seems legit. So, then it comes to Dad's turn again. Roll a d6 to see if you recharge your possession. That's a 6. I'm like, alright, you get your possession back. He's like, I'm gonna try to possess that lich again. So I rolled the charisma saving throw, knowing full well he has no legendary resistances left. I rolled a 2. He had like plus 10, which brought it to a 12. Ghost possession DC is 13. I was 1 below. My dad, as a ghost, possessed a lich archmage, and then proceeded to make the lich lie down on the ground and told the rest of the party, kill me. So they did. Fortunately, I was able to have my great end sequence with a vision of their eventual doom in a one-shot far off in the future. Then the paladin they befriended turned out to be evil, stole the hand of Vecna and left. And then my sister's cleric is like, I'm going to use divine intervention to see if I can get his body back so I can revive him. I'm like, alright, just keep in mind it might not work. There's a good chance it won't work since you're only level 10. So, roll your percentile dice. So she does, and she says to me, 80. And I'm like, and I'm thinking, trying to phrase how aid might not arrive. And then she says to me, because I rolled the double zeros and the 8. And I look at the dice. On percentile dice, double zeros and an 8 is simply 8. Meaning she rolled under her level, meaning the divine intervention worked, meaning he got his body back, so they revived him. To put it in short, my dad got disintegrated. Ghost possessed the person who disintegrated him, essentially made him kill himself, and got away with it by getting his body back. I love Dungeons and Dragons. That story is amazing. A few others might come in the future, so stay tuned. See ya.